Hello everyone, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5. Now I shall be delivering to you one particular mission by the name of a Traitor's Caravan. In this particular mission, apparently a operative of Cypher has been spotted within the border of Angola and Zaire, transporting a truck that has things of interest. We don't know what exactly, but whatever can lead us to Cypher is good for us.
Boss, your objective is to steal an entire truck from a PF convoy. We don't have a fix on the truck we want, but the intel team has spotted the unit that's been tasked with escorting it. They're stationed at the guard post to the north of Nova Braga Airport on the Savannah. The rendezvous with our target will be any time now. Start by heading to that guard post. Then follow the escort unit. It should lead you right to the target truck. Boss, extract them from the mission area. You can check the target details on your iDroid.
As I was saying, some soldiers transporting cargo that's potentially tied in with Cypher potentially could lead us to further information as to what exactly is going on with Cypher here in Africa, lead us to this weapon to supposedly pass Metal Gear. Besides that, welcome back to Metal Gear. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and thanks for everything, really, for being here all this time. If you're somebody who's been here for a long time, thank you, and if you're someone who's new, welcome, and I hope you enjoy what you see and everything else I have for you on this channel. But anyway, we have no idea where this truck is right now. All you know is that it's being exported by some of the local guerrilla soldiers, but we don't know exactly where it is. So we came to this outpost here just so that we may infiltrate.
Wat bedoel jy? Die ander dag word ek skielik omsingel deur hierdie gewapende laities, right? En hulle verstaan nie 'n woord wat ek sê nie. Ag, dis bad luck. Maar jy weet, Afrikaans as 'n taal is waarskynlik op pad uit in elk geval. Sedert die Soweto onluste, kry dit net slegte pers waar jy kyk. Ja, almal noem dit die taal van die onderdrukker. Dis nie eens 'n mutering van een van die Afrika-tale nie. Dis gebaseer op 'n vorm van Nederlands wat die kolonialiste gepraat het. Maar iemand het die briljante idee gehad om dit Afrikaans te noem en almal te forceer om dit te praat. Dis waar die opstanding gegaan het, reg? Protes teen die aanleer van die taal. Ja, dit maak seer om te sien Afrikaans word so gehaat. Maar ek reken dit sal saam met apartheid verdwyn. Dit gesê, dink ek dit kan aanhou voortbestaan solank mense dit wil praat. Ja. Okay, ek's klaar. Sien jou.
The reason I decided to listen to that conversation is that I feel that it's actually quite interesting. Me being from Southern Africa, of course, I know people of Afrikaans dialect, and it's a language that's commonly spoken in Southern Africa in current modern day. And here we're looking at two African soldiers speaking about how they believe that sooner or later the fall of apartheid would come. And for those who don't know what apartheid was, it was more of the colonial rule of, how can I say this? The current people in this day and age who speak Afrikaans are of usually Dutch, European Dutch descent. Most of the people originally came from areas like Holland, and they oh Miller, come on, man. They came from areas like Holland to South Africa, just like what most European countries were doing at the time. They were just looking to colonize and exploit and profit from African lands, and so they came to South Africa to colonize, and so they did. But one interesting thing was that in South Africa there are different dialects, different races of people from all across the world. Indians, people from India, people from Europe, people from the Middle Eastern countries. There's so many different races and types and dialects of people in South Africa. Now these two soldiers are, well, this is supposedly 1984, and apartheid in South Africa was established. The Afrikaans people had taken control of the governmental system, and there was segregation. And most of this was tied in with racism, forms of slavery and imprisonment, and suppression of the black majority. That's all what it was about. White rule and black slavery, most of it in South Africa. And other races, such as other non-African races, were usually a step below most of the Dutch colonizers, and there were wars between the British, for example, between the British and the Afrikaans, and there were wars between the British and the local South African people for the right to live in South Africa. It was a long struggle for many years, and these two soldiers were talking about how they felt that, oh, Gary. I love these encounters with skilled soldiers. But anyway, they feel that the language is declining because there are so many different dialects and they are the oppressors. They are not being viewed as the good guys, even though they themselves showed a brief moment of being a good person, because one soldier told the other that they had found an encampment of small soldiers, child soldiers, black child soldiers, and they were interested to talk to these child soldiers. They were genuinely interested to get to befriend them and I guess to know them, but they didn't understand anything that they were saying. The child soldiers did not understand Afrikaans. And one guy was like, oh man, that was a shame, you know, I would like to get to know the poor, or the little buggers, you know what I mean? So he showed some form of interest within talking to or interacting with potentially black African soldiers, child soldiers. Shows you that I guess he isn't as racist as you think an apartheid soldier is.
Intel file.
Perfect, boss. It's the escort plan for the transport truck. I'm putting the escort unit's predicted route on your iDroid. Get after them. They should rendezvous with the target soon.
But anyway, it's quite interesting. The soldier talking about how potentially in the future no one would be speaking this language, because who would want to speak the language of an oppressive dictatorial system that was created by supposedly bad people? But if you look in current day, Afrikaans culture and subcultures are integrated within African communities, especially in South Africa and Namibia. It's a common tongue, it's accepted, and I would go as far as to say that unlike most other colonizers who just came and left after wars of independence were fought, Afrikaans people lost I guess you could say they lost the political struggle and lost the power that they had in apartheid. But most of the people who consider themselves Afrikaans till this day and age also consider themselves as Africans. They've integrated themselves. You could say Afrikaans truly did become what the word intended it to be, even though it was first initially named in controlling and brainwashing form of way. Initially the language itself, the dialect that was derived from Dutch. The reason why they called it Afrikaans was so that the people who they were oppressing would be slowly manipulated to believe that these people are a part of the land. It's okay for them to control you because they are African like you. That's why we are Afrikaans. But that wasn't the case. They were not African. They were very foreign and very cruel towards the people that they were oppressing.
Roger that.
But now, if you look at society, fair and fine, there are different types of classes in society, and everyone is different. But you could say that the Afrikaans people have become a part of South African and Namibian culture in particular, which is quite interesting. So I guess the fears that those two soldiers had didn't technically occur, even though a couple of years later, 1992, 1993, South Africa did get its independence and apartheid was demolished for good. And I would like to believe that most people were responsible for some of the atrocities and torture and all the bad things that happened, got what they deserved, I guess. And for those who didn't, I guess they must have ran away or managed to evade the law in some form or another.
That truck is the target. Extract it out of the mission area. You can also drive it out of the hot zone yourself.
Now we've managed to find the target after lots of time, just a couple of minutes horsing about. I decided to do a little bit of cut editing. This video is going to be significantly shorter than most, which is actually quite cool for me. It's way late into the evening, way after I did the commentary for the previous episode, I believe, which was Footsteps of Phantoms. I'm not too sure, but it's been a while. Oh, a few minutes since then. That episode's done rendering as I speak now, and it should be uploading to the channel as I'm currently doing the commentary for this one, just so you know. It's quite interesting, the workflow incorporated in making videos. I do actually wish I had not a complicated setup or a complicated rig in terms of having some dual or triple monitor setup, maybe with the hardcore PC on SLI Crossfire. Not really. That the current build that I have right now I like, because it's very cost effective, it's very cheap, and it delivers to my needs, to my current needs. It does what I needed to do at the price that I paid for. I can't really ask for better performance at the price that I paid for the rig that I currently have, even though I wish I could actually get a better screen, because I'm not running on HD. As people may have noticed by now, my picture quality is actually very bad. About a year or a year and a half back, I managed to get a condenser mic. I'm not gonna say the brand because they're not paying me to market, but it's better than the crappy headset that I had before that, so at least the audio got a little bit better, but the video quality is still, in my opinion, very bad. It's not HD, it's not higher definition, it's not good enough for me. So I wish that's one thing I would like to upgrade. And one last thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to just the rig and the workflow of making videos is, like I said, not that I wish I had a complicated setup with lots of facets and components. I actually just wish I had a secondary, not even a desktop, because I'm on a desktop right now. I don't wish I had a secondary desktop computer. I actually wish I had a laptop that was able to render high definition quality graphical videos in a reasonable amount of time without a lot of stress. That would be so cool. I could be recording as I'm playing, maybe I'll connect my laptop via Ethernet to the desktop that I have right now via router network, and it would be so much cool to set it to record to my primary, or in this case my secondary hard drive or tertiary hard drive, and then when I'm done recording I just copy via Ethernet to the laptop, edit, render while I continue playing and recording. Because right now as it stands, when it's time to render, it's time to render. When it's time to do everything else, it's time to do everything else. When it comes to playing games, rendering and other things, things get tough.
to decipher. Leave the mission area by chopper or by land.
And it seems we pulled a dupe on the Skulls with the help of the stealth camouflage. They didn't see anything, they don't suspect a thing, and they believe that this truck is actually a part of their previous crew. But, I don't know, feels good. First time I did this mission, I think I died a bajillion times at that spot. But doing it well, doing it now to record, it really felt good that that actually worked. Fair and fine, using the stealth camo does reduce your rating to an A by default, no matter how good you are, because the stealth camo in itself is very powerful. But besides that, I don't know, at least I showed off something that I believe you can use for yourself and see how effective that is for you if ratings are not so important. But right now, just trying to make it out of the mission area. Should be out soon. Right about now. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. And thanks for everything.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional. Boss, we searched the truck you recovered. There were two primary types of cargo. First, drums of malachite, a copper ore. That took up most of the truck bed. But malachite isn't valuable enough to warrant an escort. The real cargo was likely the second item, a shielding container. The contents, yellow cake. That's right, the raw material for a nuclear weapon. That might point to the weapon to surpass Metal Gear Emmerich told us about. But who can say? Thing is, there isn't a lot of it. Not enough to make a nuclear warhead. Give us some time. We'll look into it. Try to figure out why they had this under such close guard.